If you've been prescribed a steroid like prednisone for a long period of time, what you eat can make a real difference in how you feel. I'm a rheumatologist and I am going to walk you through key dietary changes that can help improve the way you feel while you're on long-term steroids. Let's start with salt. Steroids can make you retain sodium and water, which can cause swelling and can raise your blood pressure. Cutting back on salty foods is one of the most important things that you can do, and here's how. Avoid adding extra salt at the table. Read product labels and try to pick products with less sodium content. Cut back on processed and packaged food like canned meats, deli meats, frozen meals, chips, and fast food. Cook at home more often and use herbs, spices, and lemon instead of salt for flavoring. A good general target is less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, which is equivalent to about 1 teaspoon of added table salt. 2. Limit sugar and refined carbohydrates. Steroids can raise your blood sugar even if you don't have pre-existing diabetes. Cut back on sugary drinks like soda, juices. Cut back on sweets like candy, cookies, pastries. Cut back on refined carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, and regular pasta. Instead, choose whole grains like whole wheat bread, brown rice, and oatmeal. These are digested more slowly and create smaller blood sugar spikes. For potassium, if your kidneys are healthy, then sodium can decrease your potassium levels, and it's important to consume whole foods with an adequate amount of potassium content. Things like bananas, oranges, cantaloupe, spinach, potatoes. If you have advanced kidney disease or you have had high potassium levels in the past, best to discuss this with a nephrologist or a renal dietitian first. Now let's talk about protein. This is really important because steroids can break down muscle. They increase the rate that your body breaks down protein and slow down the building of new muscle. This is why people on long-term steroids notice that their muscles become weaker, specifically in the thighs and the upper arms. If you have normal kidneys, you will need to eat more protein to counter this effect. A good target is 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. It's best to choose lean sources of protein like chicken, fish, eggs, low-fat dairy, beans, and lentils. There are many free fitness apps online that can help you track your protein intake if you are having a hard time doing this by eyeballing it alone. If you have more advanced kidney disease or are on dialysis, you will likely require much less protein because the kidneys, when they are damaged, have greater trouble handling protein, and it would be best to discuss appropriate protein intake with your nephrologist or a renal dietitian. Now let's talk about calcium. When you are on steroids, your body loses more calcium in the urine, and calcium is necessary to protect your bones. If you do not have kidney disease, your goal should be about 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day. The best way to get this is through dietary sources, and a good way to track it, again, is through those free fitness apps online that can tell you how much calcium you're getting in your diet. If you have advanced chronic kidney disease, you may require less calcium in your diet, and again, this should be discussed with your nephrologist or a renal dietitian. So here's your breakdown. Limit intake of sodium. A good goal is less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. Limit sugar and refined carbohydrate intake to decrease blood sugar spikes. If your kidneys are healthy, eat an adequate amount of potassium through fruit and vegetable sources. If your kidneys are healthy, eat enough protein to protect your muscles, usually about 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram body weight per day. Eat enough calcium to protect your bones. Best to get it through dietary sources. A good goal is between 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day if your kidneys are healthy.